Ukrainian soldiers from the 110th Separate Mechanized Brigade have shot down a Russian Su-25 attack aircraft on the Avdiivka front. Russian aircraft continue to fall. The anti-aircraft gunners of the 110th Brigade have done a great job again. They hit another Su-25 today. The invaders still haven't realized that they have no business flying in our skies. They will keep going down, said 110th Separate Mechanized Brigade named after Lieutenant General Marko Bezruko. Recall on May 4, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky announced that the 110th Separate Mechanized Brigade had shot down a Russian Su-25 attack aircraft in Donetsk Oblast. The military noted that the occupiers have not yet realized that there is no point in flying in the Ukrainian sky, so they will continue to fall. The Su-25 is a Soviet-era subsonic attack aircraft designed to support ground troops and destroy targets. The attack aircraft is equipped with aircraft cannons, aircraft bombs, unguided air-to-surface missiles, and guided air-to-air missiles. According to published data, the approximate cost of one Su-25 aircraft is $11 million.
Trump sees Biden willing to stop all aid to Israel soon. Former U.S. President Donald Trump believes that the incumbent U.S. leader Joe Biden will soon stop providing Israel with any aid. Biden wants to immediately stop all aid to Israel, Trump wrote on his page on Truth Social. Earlier he said that the Democratic Party, of which Biden is a member, actually hates Israel. U.S. President Joe Biden said in an interview with CNN that Washington will stop providing some weapons to Israel if its forces enter Rafah. Later on Wednesday, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin explained that the U.S. was reviewing some short-term military aid to Israel over the situation around the Gaza City. On May the 5th, Axios reported, citing two Israeli officials, that the U.S. administration had put a hold on an ammunition shipment to Israel for the first time since October the 7th, 2023. On May the 7th, Politico quoted people familiar with the deliberations as saying that the United States was holding shipments of precision bombs to send a political message to Israel. The Biden administration has said that Israel's use of U.S.-supplied weapons may have violated international humanitarian law during its military operation in Gaza, in its strongest criticism to date of Israel. But the administration stopped short of a definitive assessment, saying that due to the chaos of the war in Gaza, it could not verify specific instances where use of those weapons might have been involved in alleged breaches. The Biden administration has already put a hold on one package of arms in a major policy shift and said the US was reviewing others, even as it reiterated long-term support for Israel. The State Department's report included contradictions. It listed numerous credible reports of civilian harm and said Israel did not at first cooperate with Washington to boost humanitarian assistance to the enclave. But in each instance, it said it could not make a definitive assessment whether any breaches of law had occurred. Medvedev insulted London. He called the government of Charles III morons. Former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev insulted London by calling representatives of the government of monarch Charles III morons. He spoke about this on Telegram. Medvedev said that if Britain and France continue to publicly bless the Ukrainian armed forces for the use of Storm Shadow, Scalp (e.g. missiles against Russia, Moscow will respond, adding, and practicing a response to such attacks is the goal of the planned exercises. And even His Royal Majesty's not fully educated morons should understand this. Deputy Chairman of the Russian Security Council Dmitry Medvedev, commenting on the statement of British Foreign Minister David Cameron, who called on the West to continue to fight Putin to the bitter end, said this. Medvedev noted that he remembers Cameron well from the time when he served as head of the kingdom's government and created the impression of an ordinary, shady Briton. According to the deputy chairman of the Russian Security Council, Cameron was then joyfully stupid and clearly reveled in his newly acquired high government position. At that time, he was not yet the patented Russophobe that he is now. Now, holding the position of head of the British Foreign Office, Cameron has given the militants of the Kyiv regime the opportunity to shoot missiles supplied by London wherever they want. Medvedev emphasized, that the Storm Shadow/Scalp EG missiles supplied to Kyiv are controlled not by the armed forces of Ukraine, but by the British and French who arrived in Ukraine, and under certain circumstances, the answer for such actions will fly not only to Kyiv, but also to London and Paris, and not only with conventional explosives, but also with special ammunition. Such attacks will be practiced in planned exercises, and this should be understood even by not very smart British officials like Cameron, who calls to fight Putin, in other words, with Russia. Earlier, it was reported that France transferred long-range Scalp missiles that were subject to disposal to the Ukrainian army, considering this a very effective economic solution.